everyone. Welcome to Reviewia Talks. So today we want to give you some pointers on how to go about choosing your next employer. Now, how can you make the right decision, and what are the things that you need to consider to ensure that it's the right choice? So the first question that you need to have a satisfactory answer for is what is the role which is getting offered, and is it aligned to your skill sets and areas of interest? That's the most fundamental question. And does it align to your medium term future? And I'm not even saying long term because things keep changing so fast now. Gone are the days when one should think about staying in an organization for 10 years. That's more of an exception today. So maybe not 10 years, but you need to think whether this opportunity, this role, this organization is aligned to your medium term future, which is about 3 to 4 years. Okay. And if that's a thumbs up, then you go to the next set of factors that you need to assess. You need to assess what sets this employer or this organization apart. All right. Now, you might be assessing a very well known organization for an opportunity. Even if that is the case, you should assess how this organization is faring when it comes to that particular area where you will be hired, that particular business unit or a practice or a solutions group. How are they poised, and what do you think they will be, let's say in the medium future, let's say in 3 to 5 years in that particular area? Will they be in business? Will that practice actually thrive, grow? Will they be one of the leaders in that area? Similarly, if you're assessing a startup, you need to do a little more research and understand what are the founders credibility, what do they bring to the table in terms of their value proposition. Don't just look at funding. And this typical question that most people have is, okay, is it a funded startup? And if we hear, yes, they've been funded with a few millions, we think, okay, it's good to go. That is something that you should consider, but that should not be the only thing that you consider. You should also try to understand what is the founder's background. During one of your initial interactions, you should also kind of inquire what is their vision, what are they envisaging their company to be in the next 3 to 5 years. And if that is exciting for you, if that is in alignment with what you want to be part of, then you should move ahead. But you should move ahead only to consider the next factor, not directly jump the gun and take a decision. The next question that you should ask is, what is the career path for you in this organization? If you are getting hired as a senior software engineer, where can you see yourself in the next 3 to 5 years? Is it very uncertain? That are there a lot of dependencies which have to work out for you to be at a larger role in the next 3 years? Then maybe it's not a very good idea to commit yourself to such an organization unless you want an environment which is a high risk, high return environment. That's completely your choice. However, you should consider the point about what is the possible career path for you if you had to work with that organization for the next 3 to 5 years. Most large organizations have a very well laid out career path. So this question is very easily answered by doing a little bit of research, talking to a few people who are working in their organization. Not so much if you're joining a startup where these questions need to be directly answered by either the founders or whoever you're going to report into. And you shouldn't shy away from asking these questions. The other thing that you should do is figure out, do some research and see what are people saying about working for this organization or interviewing with this organization. There is a lot of information on the net, lots of reviews which are posted. You have such a well-known website called glassdoor.com where you can see reviews by employees about their experience with pretty much every organization that you can think of. And we at Reviewia are trying to build a similar website for candidates, where people can share experiences as a candidate, what has been their experience. So you can check out these social media platforms, figure out what people are saying, what is their rating. This is typically what we do when we do any transaction today. Mostly we check reviews for every transaction that we do, if we are buying something from an e-commerce platform, if we are booking a hotel, we check the star ratings and the reviews. No reason why we shouldn't do it when we are making a decision on who should be our next employer. So yes, you should do that. The last thing that you should consider is whether the compensation which is being offered is in line with your expectations. Now, compensation might not be exceptional, okay? You might not get an exceptional pay hike. However, if the compensation on offer makes you feel that you are being paid insufficiently, then believe me, no matter how good the quality of work is, you would always have this at the back of your mind that you're getting underpaid. So the question that you need to answer is that will the salary that you are getting or being offered prompt you to again look for a change within 12 months? If the answer is yes, then you should not take up that opportunity. You would do yourself a favor, you would do the employer a favor as well, because trust me, both parties would have put in a lot of effort, and no organization wants any employee to leave them within a year. Okay, so you are expected to be a mature individual, and you should be transparent, authentic, and decline the offer respectfully. Okay, no matter how desperate the situation is, if you do take up the offer for whatever reasons, then try to honor your commitment, then try to deliver on your promise and stick with the organization for a sizable amount of time and see if financially things can work out in the future. However, if as I said, if the fundamental question of whether the money that you're being offered would prompt you to look out in the next 6 to 8 months is a yes, then you much rather not take up that opportunity. Right? So these are the points that we would recommend you to consider when you are choosing your next employer. I hope these would be useful to you and will end up enabling you to make the right choices in the future. Thank you so much for listening in. Bye bye.